Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest GoSkills Excel Challenge solution. How close did you get to solving it? Hey everyone, welcome to the solution for this month's Excel Challenge, the sales managers and product analysis using PivotTables. So let's walk through the key steps required to complete each task in this challenge. We'll start by going to the Ratios tab, and let's look at Report 1. Compute the percentage of each manager's sales for each year in relation to their cumulative sales total. This is going to be easy. It's going to take a couple of clicks. Let's right-click on this table, and instead of showing these dollar amounts as dollars, we'll show the values as a percentage of row total. When we do that, immediately you can see the percentage of sales for each sales manager over the 3-year total. Some of them range from 30 to 40%. You can see which percentages kind of had peaks and valleys. It's a good way to look at individual performance over the 3 years. So now let's go to Report 2, and we're going to show things a slightly different way. First, we want to make sure that we copy the table from Report 1. You copy it, paste it, and we want to rename it to Report 2, and that's easy enough. We're going to right-click in the report, in the table, go to Pivot Table Options, and right at the top, you can set the name to whatever you want. Hit OK. And now let's calculate the share of each manager's sales for each year. So instead of the 100% being over in the column on the right, 100% is going to be in the row on the bottom. Show values as percentage of column total. Now you can see how much each sales manager contributed to each year's total. And there's a range between 8 and say 11. Again, some of these sales managers overperformed, some underperformed. Another good way to check out the performance. Now, the performance against some of the other sales managers. Let's go to Report 3. Calculate the proportion of each manager's sales for each year relative to their total sales across all years. So now we're talking about the grand total of all the sales managers for the 3 years. What do those dollar amounts look like as percentages of the entire 3-year grand total? We're going to right-click on the table, show values as percentage of grand total. And there you go. It's roughly 3%, 3.5%. Again, some peaks and valleys. But if you need percentages that are relative to the 3-year totals, that's a way that you can do it. And now in Report 4, we're going to rank the manager's sales data for each year, assigning the highest sales amount to the top position. So again, each sales manager for the 3 years had a best year, a second best year, and a lowest year. And let's rank them now as 1, 2, or 3. So instead of showing dollar amounts or percentages, let's show a ranking. Let's show a number. We'll right-click on the table, go to Show Values As, and go down to Rank Largest to Smallest. When you choose this, you need to choose a base field. It's not going to be Sales Manager. It's going to be the years for each sales manager. And there you go. Each manager now has a 1, a 2, and a 3. The 1 is their best year. The 3 is their lowest. It's another way that you can see at a glance which sales managers had their best years, which of them did not. So that's it for this tab. Let's go over to the totals now, and let's work on the products. So here we have a table set up for the different products. And for each year, we're going to calculate the total amount of sales for each product. So let's start by clicking on the pivot table. And what we want is a total amount for each product. So over from the fields, we're going to click and drag total amount dollars down to the values area. And if we expand that and see, you can see there's a total amount right there based on the data from the data set. And we can rename this to total amount in dollars. But immediately right here, you see the dollar amounts are there. Now let's do some further analysis on this. Let's see what the dollar amounts look like as they change year to year. This next part of the task is to show the difference year to year in dollars as well as a percentage. Now, some of the amounts will go up, some will go down. So let's see what those differences look like as we add 2 more columns to this table. In order to do that, we click on the pivot table, and we're going to analyze the same data here. So again, we're going to drag total amount dollars to the values. We're going to do it twice. So we have 2 more columns. And let's rename these real quick to total amount PY, which is previous year, and PY percentage. And now let's change these numbers. We're going to right click, go to show values as, difference from, and we can choose, we don't have to choose the specific year, we can choose previous year, since this is going to give us different numbers based on the previous year as we go. Now we go to the column E, we're going to choose percentage difference. Again, choose previous as the base item. And now we can see in columns D and E the change in exact dollars, whether it's positive or negative, and then the change as a percentage. Another great way to analyze the performance of each product year over year. Now we want to calculate the cumulative order amounts, and we're going to use the total amount dollars again. Let's drag those fields 2 more times into the values area because we're going to calculate the running total for each product in terms of dollars, and again as a percentage. Different ways that you can analyze the overall performance of all these products as they relate to each other, as they relate to each other year over year, and then as they relate to all the products as a whole. So here in column F, let's right click, do show values as, and we can choose running total. Make sure you have year as part of the calculation there. And now you see year over year the running total, the total amount of money made from each product across these 3 years. Now, if you'd like to see this as a percentage of the grand total, you can do that as well. We'll right click here in column G, show values as, percentage running total. Again, we choose the year, hit OK, and now you have a percentage of that total amount as a running total versus the grand total. So, by completing this challenge, you have practiced so many key pivot table skills, including building, modifying, and analyzing data across years, ranking performances, calculating cumulative trends. These are all essential competencies for any data analyst working with Excel. So I hope you enjoyed the challenge. Congratulations on completing it. Keep honing your skills, and we'll see you next month for the next challenge. So there it is. Did you get the same results? Did you use the same approach? Or did you try something different? We'd like to know. Share your take on the challenge in the comments below, or join us for more discussion in our Slack channel. Link in the description. Thanks for participating, and make sure to subscribe to this channel to get an alert when the next challenge is released. We'll see you then.